I think we're live. Yes, we are live. Nobody there yet. Yeah, back for another Friday evening live stream on The Wandering Irishman. I didn't do one last week because I was in an awful humour and I just wasn't in humour of doing one, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I'll go into that another day. You don't want to hear that story. But yeah, back for another Friday night. The weekend starts here. I have the usual couple of beers. So what's this one? This is a New England IPA. I just have one of these. So a good beer and a crappy old Budweiser. So yeah, the weekend starts here. So let's get into this IPA. I've not been drinking these recently because even though I'll only have a couple maybe on a Friday evening, I'm getting nightmares from drinking them, so I'll just have one today and we'll see how that goes down. Yeah, so the weekend has officially started. I've just been out for dinner. That's why I have the dinner jacket on and the shirt. So let me get the chat up here. Is anybody? There's somebody there, but if you want to say hello, please do. New England IPA. Not bad. Yeah, I just want to say a big shout out to old hiking geezer. He had something to remember. Enjoy the beers, David. Thank you very much, and thanks for joining. I really appreciate that. You guys put on a great show there last Saturday. I was happy to join in, and yeah, you seem to get a lot of questions and stuff like that. So everybody seemed to have a good time. I had a good time anyway. So yeah, it was a bit of crack, and I always like to talk to you guys. But yeah, thanks for jumping on the stream. I appreciate that. You said you would, so you kept to your word. I hope you two are doing well up there in Donegal. Oh, you're in Turkey at the moment. Forgot about that. But yeah, hopefully see us back in the country pretty soon. It'd be nice to, meet up for a pint or something like that. It'd be cool. But yeah, I'd like to say a big shout out. I'd like to give a big shout out to Graham, the old hiking geezer. He took a bit of a tumble there coming down Knocknarea a couple of weeks back. And it was a bad old tumble as well. He ripped the tendons in his knee, had to be operated on, and won't be back in action for a couple of weeks at least, I'd say. So yeah, get well soon, Graham. We talked on YouTube there. You said you were going to get out to Benmulban for your next hike, which will be a few weeks down the road. And I offered to join you for that one, and you have happily agreed. So I look forward to that. We'll get out and have a little hike in Benmulban, and yeah, that'll be a nice, easy one to sort of ease you back into the hiking again. So yeah. Yeah, so slodge everybody. I hope you all have a great weekend. Yeah, I was just out for dinner, so I'm absolutely stuffed. And like I said, I didn't really fancy doing a live stream there last week, so I just gave it a miss. But let's see if we get any questions and chat today, and I'll be happy to engage with anyone that wants to. That's not bad. There's a bit of an aftertaste to it, a bit of a lemony aftertaste to it. Thanks for the likes, by the way. If you're watching this video in the future, please do hit the like button. That does help with the algorithm, and more people will see this video and stuff. So yeah, I've just been out for dinner. I'm stuffed. I got a bit dressed up because I'm trying to impress one of the barmaids down there, being a single guy and all. So yeah, she's lovely. But I don't know. She doesn't seem to be into me. But well, these things happen. But something to remember. Did Benmulban in the summer. Great hike. Not too sore on the knees either. I seen your short on Instagram. The Benmulban hike that I'm talking about is the river one. I'll do that with Graham because he's after busting his knee, and we'll just do a nice easy one. But I do want to get up Benmulban. Luke's Bridge. I want to, but I don't know the route. I want to do it with a local first because, yeah, I'm not sure of the route. You did sort of give an explanation, but I'm afraid I probably won't find it. But yeah, I don't want to do it alone. I want to do it with somebody that knows the area. And there's another one I want to do as well, is Ben Wiskin in Sligo, and that one looks really good as well. Both of them start from Luke's Bridge. And yeah, one goes sort of south and the other one goes north. And yeah, so there's two hikes that I have planned for the future, but I do want to do them with a local. I have joined the Sligo Mountaineering Club, I think they're called, on Facebook, and they don't seem to be doing anything in the near future. But yeah, I might get onto them and see if they're doing anything like that, and just join them for a hike up Ben Bulben, because I'd love to see the views from up there. It looked spectacular. You guys brought the drone. That looked brilliant. Yeah, and I've seen your short as well on Instagram about Errigal. Yeah, you got to the top, I didn't. But yeah, that looked amazing as well. I will be back to Errigal with better weather, with warmer weather, and once the hail and snow is not hitting me and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll get back to Donegal in the near future. But yeah, that's the way it is at the moment. I don't have any trips planned at the moment. I was out in the woods again today, and I have the shelter almost finished. I have a good bit of it done. I got a good bit done today. Yeah, we're going to ask you about drone, actually. How'd you get on with it? I'm actually really happy with it. It's more, Errigal is lovely, it really is. It's more of a selfie drone. And the only thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't go long distance or heights, and it won't go over water. But other than that, it will do a bird's eye view, will go up high, will follow you, will circle you. There's about 5 or 6 settings that you can put into it, and yeah, you can do different distances then for the different settings. I'd give it about an 8, 9 out of 10, just for the fact that I would rather navigate it, and send it long distances. The way you had the drone over Errigal that time, I'd love to get it like that. Maybe I can, I don't know yet. Maybe I can, circumnavigate myself from a longer distance, but I haven't actually tried it out yet, so I'll just have to wait and see. I'll try it out again in the future. Maybe sometime on a beach or something like that, where I have a bit more room and, do a bit more distance, and then, get the drone to navigate that way. But yeah, I do like it. I've used it a few times now in the woods. Just a follow setting on it, really, and yeah, it's doing the job. It really is. 8, 9 out of 10, sort of around that. It's really good. It's really good. But yeah, happy weekend to you guys. Did you have a question there? Oh yeah, about the drone. Yeah, I'll have to get up to Donegal again. Donegal, I haven't explored it enough. I want to do the north-west coast. Up where you're from, Mark. Or is it Mark? Is it Mark? It is Mark, isn't it? Yeah. Up around that region, I haven't really done the coastal region. The only thing I don't like really about Donegal is there's not enough forest. That's why I love Sligo so much. I love the woods. I feel at home in the woods. And, Donegal is very... although beautiful, it's very barren. It reminds me a lot of County Mayo. But yeah, I do want to see a lot more of Donegal. I want to see a lot more of Mayo too. I don't have anything planned, but I am thinking of hitting Galway again and the Cliffs of Moher in the near future, because I haven't done the Cliffs of Moher in a long time. And that hike from Doolin to the Cliffs of Moher is one of my favourite hikes in the world. It takes about hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on filming. But the coastline is just gorgeous. Yeah, so with all the filming equipment I have these days, I think I need to do it again and make a new video on that. So that could be something I'll do in the future. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I haven't got any new gear yet either. I've just been in the woods lately. I've just been building that shelter. Ards Forest Park is a nice wooded area with lots of trails through the woods. Fair play to you. I will check that one out. So there is some more woods down lower. I think it's Loch Esky. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's near Hornhead as well. Both were checking out. Is that what that said? Let me get that shot up again. It's near Hornhead, but we're checking out. If you're up again, yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Yeah, thanks for the suggestion. Ards Forest. Yeah, like I said, I think there's more forest down south of Donegal. I think it's Loch Esky. I could be wrong. If that's the name, but there's. I was looking into it recently, and there's a lovely castle hike there as well, and so so an ancient castle and stuff like that. So that might be something interesting and something I'll do. That's actually where I was going that time when the car broke down in the middle of Donegal. I was actually on the way to there, on the south of the loch itself. And then I just ran out of time waiting for the removal van to take my car, but it was only a puncture in the end, thankfully, and I was able to make it home. Because I thought I'd have to leave my car in Donegal and then I'd have to go up and collect it, and that was going to be a lot of hassle. So I was glad I was able to drive home in the end. So yeah, I will do a lot more Donegal. Thanks for the suggestion, Mark or Asia. I'm not sure who gave me that suggestion. I'm sure it was Mark. But yeah, cheers for that, buddy. What about yourselves? Have you anything coming up in the near future? I believe you're coming back to Ireland to do a few more videos. But are you doing any more foreign videos, or do you want to give it away? Maybe give us a spoiler about something like that. But yeah, I've been enjoying your travels. I've seen the video there recently of your travels in India, and that looked amazing. Oh, you're both watching. Good stuff. Hello to you both. Yeah, India doesn't look like a place I would enjoy. I'm not great in crowds. I think I said that on your YouTube video. And that train journey just looked like an absolute nightmare for me. If I was on that train journey, I'd be up where the guy serving the food was and climbing across all the people. That's where I'd be. I just can't be in the middle of people like that. It's just that would be panic attack central. That'd be panic attack 101. I just couldn't do that. I hate it when I'm sitting in a bar, at the bar, and somebody will come in and they'll order a drink and they're standing right behind you, and I just can't stand that. So with loads of people around you, that would just be an absolute nightmare for me. So yeah, so I think I'll give India a miss. Excuse me. Yeah, but I had a nice, I was out in the woods today and it was lovely. It really was. I love getting out into the woods, and yeah, I have another 2 episodes of that coming up. One on Sunday and then one on the following Wednesday. And yeah, we're nearly done with that. I'd probably do one more trip into the woods just to finish it off, really, and then an overnighter then after that in the woods itself. I'll do an overnight camp, and I'd like to bring somebody along with me for that. I have a couple of people in mind, a couple of other YouTubers, and if Life's a Hobby is watching, he has the car back on the road. Life's a Hobby, if you're coming out to Sligo, I think we're going to do an overnighter at my camp, and that would be a good one to do. I know you're into the camping as well and the outdoors, so yeah, if you're watching, please give me a shout and let me know if that's something that you'd like to do. So yeah. So we're 15 minutes in and I've just been waffling, as usual, as I do on these things. I'm looking a little different tonight. Yeah, I usually have the camping gear on, but I have the dinner jacket on tonight. Looking sharp tonight. Were you out for a pint? I didn't have a pint, I was out for dinner. just in the Harp Tavern. I think it's the best food in Sligo. I go there, most weekends. And I just have something to eat. They make real good homemade food and reminds me of my mother's cooking. Got the roast beef tonight with the mashed potatoes and veg. Oh, yes. The good stuff. Favourite bar in Sligo was on our live stream. What about yours? Oh, that is a good question. Okay, during the winter, I would have to say the Swagman. I like the crowd in there, and I do get on well with Dale, the barman. Must check out the Harp. Always looking for a new place to eat in Sligo. Yeah, it's really good. I do like bar food, and it does remind me of the meals my mother used to eat. And anywhere I eat really in Sligo, I usually leave a little bit of food here and there, because I can't finish it. But I can finish all the food in there. The whole plate is gone. And it really fills you up. It's really good food, and you really feel good after it. I got the roast beef today, and they even gave me Yorkshire puddings with it. So, yes, I do like a little bit of Yorkshire pudding. So, yeah, it was really good. If you're ever in it, Harp Tavern. But your question there, my favourite pub in Sligo, the Swagman during the winter, and then during the summer, it would have to be what's the name of it? It's the one down on Strand Hill, the Strand Bar. I worked there in September last year as a barman. Just a couple of nights work is all I got. But the staff are really nice. The food is really good, and during the summer, there's no better pub to go to because it's right beside the beach. And yeah, I do like the beach during the summer. We've had a bit of snow in Sligo. I don't know what it's been like up in Donegal, but we had a bit of snow here last week. It's not as cold this week, thankfully. But we had a bit of snow. If you've watched my latest video, you'll just see it was only a sprinkling, really. But yeah, I got out into the woods that time. To show you all the snow and to do a little bit of work on the shelter itself. But yeah, the shelter's coming along. One more video, I'd say, will do it. Maybe, I don't know. It's taken a long time because, excuse me, it's taken a long time because there's not a lot of dead standing. I'm not going to chop down live trees. I would hate to do that. And it's all protected as well. It's all protected by quilcher. And, you don't want to be chopping down live trees. So I'm just using dead standing wood. And the part of the forest that I'm using doesn't have much dead standing. So I'm having to travel long distances out into the forest to try and find the wood. And a lot of it is on the ground as well. And it's rotten. So I'm not going to use that. So... what's the plan with the shelter, David? Such a great idea. Well, that's going to be my camp. That's going to be my spring and summer camp, and probably a bit of autumn as well. Like I said, I'm going to try and get in touch with a few people that do a bit of wild camping on YouTube. A few of them have suggested that they wanted to do that as well. And yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to set that up as a wild camp. Instead of bringing my tent and stuff like that, I will just camp under that and put maybe a tarp over it. And that'll be it for the night, get my sleeping bag out and my inflatable mattress. And that's all I really need. I'm going to put a raised bed in it. So I'm off the ground, and yeah, so I'll just need an inflatable bed and my sleeping bag, and I'll be good to go. And then if anybody else wants to come out to camp, there's plenty of room around the camp there. There's a water source too nearby. So it's the perfect place to camp, really. I picked out a decent spot to put the shelter itself. So yeah, if I'll probably meet up with a few YouTubers and a few friends this year and bring them out into the woods, and we'll do a couple of overnighters, maybe get a barbecue going or something like that. So yeah, that's the plan really with it. We'll see how that goes. You can never tell. People are always busy or doing their own thing and stuff like that, so you can never tell who has the time and who wants to do what. And Yeah, but that's what I'd like to do with it. And, we had storms there last week. I don't like naming storms. I know the media like to do that, but they call them names now. That's only been happening since about 2015, and everybody just claps along like happy seals. Oh yeah, let's name the storms now. But I'm not going to do that. It's winter. We have storms. It's the same as any other year. So yeah. We have storms. But yeah, the shelter itself wasn't touched. And the part of the woods that I got, there was no trees down or anything like that. So I picked a really good place to put that shelter. And I'm really happy about that. So yeah, it's just a matter of finding the materials now to finish it off. I have all the verticals done. Well, maybe about 2 or 3 more, but that's about it. And then I'm going to fill in the sides, and then I want to put moss in between the gaps. And then if I ever go camping in it, I'll just put the tarp over it, keep myself nice and waterproof. And yeah, I won't make any fires or anything like that. I have my flat pack oven. So what I'll do with that is I'll use that instead of making a fire on the forest floor, because as far as I know, Quilcha don't allow fires. So I'll just use that flat pack oven. You just assemble it, put it together, and that'll do for cooking and stuff. I don't need a fire for heat or anything like that, because I have my camping gear, and the sleeping bag that'll suffice. Excuse me. So yeah, we're on 22 minutes already. Oh, it's not a bad beer. 5.4%. It has a little tang of it. That's what I like about the IPAs. I don't like drinking many of them. I've only got 2 beers here tonight. I don't like drinking many IPAs because I think I mentioned that on your live stream, actually, that I get nightmares from them. And it seems to be the same nightmare every time. And the nightmare is where everybody seems to be in a trance or something like that. And I'm the only one that can actually acknowledge it. I'm the only one that can see it. And there's a whole lot of people controlling everybody around me, all on earth, and they're not controlling me, and they know that I can't be controlled. So yeah, it's a weird nightmare. Not a Guinness man. I used to be a Guinness man. Don't know if you know this, Mark. I had a heart attack there 4 years ago now, after my brother passed away, and anything with caffeine in it, I can't drink anymore. So I had to give up the coffee, and I had to give up the Guinness, unfortunately, as well. I might have 1 or 2. My cousin likes a Guinness, and I hang out with her quite a lot. And, if she comes down to Sligo or that, I might have maybe 1 Guinness, and then I'll just go on to the lager. But and I might have 1 whiskey as well. But that'll be it. I'll keep it on the down low. Yeah, these things happen, and thanks for that. Sorry to hear that. Thanks for that. Yeah, but these things happen. After my brother died, I sort of went into a state of depression, as you do. And yeah, I was just drinking too much, and I was in bad health, and something just gave in my body, and it was my heart. So I just weakened the heart. So I've just been doing everything since then to straighten it back up. So just eating proper dairy and good food, and good vegetables, and yeah, just having a really good diet. I just changed my diet completely, gave up the coffee, gave up all the caffeine. Stopped taking any pharmaceutical drugs or anything like that. All those are out the window, and just been living a healthy life, really. And that sort of gave me the impetus to make this channel as well. Yeah, that's really where it came from. It was just sort of the healthy lifestyle, getting out hiking a lot more, and being in the outdoors, because that's my first love now, and just a healthy lifestyle. And I like to push that on other people too, and not as much as a vegan would. vegans like to, it's a religion to vegans, and I'm not a vegan. I like my meat. Vegans won't live very long because they don't eat meat, and we are carnivores, and we always have been, and we always will be. So fair play for changing things up and getting healthy onwards and upwards. Fair play to you, Mark. Yeah, cheers for that. That's all you can do. It's either that or die. And that's the two choices that you have. So I've cut out all vegetable oils and stuff like that because they are really, really bad for you and bad for the heart. And I just use butter now for frying and stuff like that, because butter has ketones in it that build up the heart, and I put cayenne pepper on everything as well, and cayenne pepper builds up the muscles in the heart as well. It's really good for nearly everything. It's nearly good for any ailment. So lots of that, lots of good healthy food, lots of greens, and lots of meat, lots of actual meat and meat fat, and that's actually good for you as well. So I'm no nutritionist. A nutritionist that come out of college will teach you the opposite and tell you to just be on a vegetarian diet, but you won't live very long that way. You got to have your meat. You got to have you got to have protein. And they'll tell you eggs are bad for you. Eggs is a superfood. I have eggs every morning for breakfast and bacon. And that's better for you than cereal, because cereal is just full of sugar and E numbers and stuff like that. So I gave all that up. I might have the odd porridge with a bit of honey some mornings, but it's usually eggs. Eggs are a superfood. Milk is a superfood too. Full fat milk, none of that low fat stuff. Because for the low fat stuff they have to add other ingredients into it just to make it last and stuff like that in the fridge, and it's not good for you. The full fat milk is really good for you. Milk is a superfood too. And I remember my housemate said to me one time, she says, our stomachs haven't evolved to drink milk. And I said, what's the first thing you drink when you come out of your mother's womb? And she said, milk. And I said, there you go. So nutritionists these days, they might have their degrees, but they're being taught absolute crap. And it's because they're funded by the pharmaceutical industry, So all these college courses are funded by the pharmaceutical industries who want to keep you unhealthy, I hate the pharmaceutical industry, so that's where I'm coming from, and why I hate them. My brother was hooked on pharma drugs for years, sleeping tablets and stuff like that, and once he ran out of sleeping tablets and he couldn't get them anymore, he turned to heroin because that was the only thing he could get to get the buzz or to get the fix. And he was on heroin there for a long time, and then he passed away through suicide there 4 years ago, and I had the heart attack probably a couple of months after. So that's my story. That's how I started this channel. But I'm on the road to recovery. I suppose I've never felt better, to tell you the truth. Getting outdoors every day, doing the hiking, just meeting people, saying hello to people on the street every day. Agree with what you're saying about food there. You're spot on. Yeah, I actually follow this guy on TikTok. He has a place there in Donegal. He started his own farm there a few years back. I can't think of his name, the King of Lettuce or something like that. And he's making a lot of organic food, and he does great lectures about this stuff, and about the pesticides and the stuff that they're putting on vegetables. And he just got away from all that. He doesn't put pesticides on anything, and he just grows organic food. And the community has really taken to his business, and he's been able to, just to grow his business from growing organic foods. Yeah, the King of Lettuce or something, I think that's his name. Um, but yeah, he's a really good guy, and he does these lectures on TikTok, and yeah, he has about 20,000 followers on there, and it's really good informational stuff, and I think that's the way to go. I'm thinking now. I sold my house in Dublin there before I moved to Sligo. And what I'm thinking of doing is something along the same lines, where I'm going to buy a bit of land and just put a few, what's the name of them, polytunnels onto the land itself. And I'll use one polytunnel myself, and then I'll invite people from the community to come in and grow their own food as well. And, you know, I'll grow certain vegetables in the polytunnel itself, and then ask them to come in and maybe grow different vegetables, and then we can sort of trade vegetables at harvesting time, and you know, just bring a few different people that are into growing organic food without any pesticides. Everything would be healthy and stuff like that, and yeah, just build up a community of people like that. So I'm looking at the moment to buy a bit of land. I am on the lookout, so if you know anybody that's, you know, selling a bit of land, let me know. I have been looking up in Donegal. I haven't been very fruitful at the moment. It's all a little out of my price range, but something will come up. I'm looking at Leitrim as well. I was looking at a place down in Cavan, but I want a bit of woodland on it, and the place down in Cavan didn't really have a bit of woodland. And as well as that, I wouldn't mind a little derelict cottage or something like that as a little project, something to do that I can put onto the YouTube channel as well. So I can sort of, you know, have that as well on the YouTube channel, as well as the stuff that I usually do, along with the hikes and the shelter building and stuff like that. So that might be a good, you know, that might be something I'll be doing in the near future as well going forward. So yeah. Yeah, a bit of land would be lovely, preferably with a bit of woodland on it, because I do feel best in the woods. But yeah, organic food is the way to go. Healthy food is the way to go. Barbara O'Neill, I believe, is her name, an Australian woman. She's great with that. She's great about the nutritional stuff, and she has been banned. She's been banished from Australia. I think she's after moving to Indonesia now, because she was just getting too much flack from the Australian authorities. And, you know, there was no victims to anything she ever said. She was healing people, you know, with just by changing their diet, and instead of taking pharma drugs. And yeah, she was banished from our country just because of the flack she was taking. But yeah, Barbara O'Neill, check her out. You'll find her on TikTok. I don't think YouTube will show her, because YouTube you know, a lot of the advertising on there is sponsored by Big Pharma as well. So yeah, get on to Barbara O'Neill. Really good stuff. Yeah, I keep the beers down to a minimum these days as well. I was drinking way too much 4 years ago. You know, having, you know, eight beers a night, and that's not good for you, you know, 8 beers a night, and just waking up next morning feeling like crap and doing the same again the next night. So that's no life to live. I really enjoy life now, you know. I just love traveling. I'm gonna probably do, yeah, I do have a trip actually planned in the long term. You know, somewhere around May, June, July, along there. I won't tell you where it is yet, but it will be foreign. Are you into your sports at all? I used to be a big sportsman, yeah. I used to play golf a lot. I played soccer as a kid, all the way through until I was about, 20, 25, 30 maybe. Played soccer a lot, played GAA in school, and then it was sort of golf in my 30s then. But with the heart these days, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can sort of, you know, run around for hours on end and it won't harm the hearts. I don't know. I might give five-a-side soccer a go again and see how I get on with that. So Yeah. But I'll stick with the golf as well because at least I get a good walk out of that and it's not too strenuous. So yeah. I know Asya doesn't know much about golf because I don't think there's any golf courses in Russia, is there? I don't watch the golf though. I used to be a big football fan as well and golf fan, but I don't watch them anymore. Sky Sports have just ruined sports for everybody. Golf would be a great hobby to get back into. Might get into it myself. If you've ever played hurling or anything like that, Mark, you know, you'd be a natural, really. It's one of the most frustrating sports in the world, though. You know, 1 minute you could take a great shot, you know, you could be playing great, and the next minute you just lose it, and you're wondering what's going on here. You have to be very consistent, and you just have to do exactly the same stroke every time for the shots. And yeah, sometimes, you know, after you've limbered up and stuff like that, and you get out onto the golf course and you start playing a few good shots, the body might tighten up a little bit, and yeah, and then you just play a few crap shots, and it's just very frustrating. And you have to ask yourself, what's going on? You know, it takes a lot of practice. So yeah, well, you do need a lot of patience. I enjoy it just for the walk, really. I don't really care about the score. My friends are very competitive when it comes to it. You know, they're out there with their cards and their yardages and their books and stuff like that, whereas I'm just out for the chat and the walk and enjoying the countryside, you know. So yeah, I think it was Mark Twain who said that golf is a good walk ruined. So yeah, it's sort of like that. It's a good walk, and you're getting up and down hills, so the exercise is really good. So I do enjoy that. And I'm a demon putter. I'm great. Once I get onto the green, I'm a demon. I'm a demon on the green. I'm Tiger Woods on the greens. Tubes and Ange Golf Life is a great channel on YouTube. Okay, there we go. I'll check that one out as well. Thanks for the suggestion. I don't actually watch that many golf YouTube channels. I don't even play or watch golf, but those lads make me want to play. They make it look easy, you know. It's not easy. It's not easy. And, you know, most people, if you played hurling, what you'll probably do when you first start playing golf is you're going to be really quick and you're going to snatch at the ball. Whereas with the swing in golf, it has to be really smooth and slow. And that's when you get that noise, you know, has to be really slow, has to be exactly the same every time, but it's hard, you know. It's all about technique, but it's a great game, you know. When you do take a good shot, there's a lot of enjoyment out of that, and you know, you think you're a pro. Then, you know, you're hitting it from the fairway onto the green about 150 yards or so, and you think, oh yes, I'm a pro now. And then you get onto the tee on the next tee, and you know, you just fluff the next shot. So that's how frustrating it is. So yeah, it's a good buzz though. It really is. You know, I like getting out just with the friends because it's a good way of socializing as well. You know, and yeah, just being out on the greens and seeing, you know, all that lovely cultivated grass and stuff like that. The golf courses are really nice around Ireland, so yeah, I do like to play a bit. Although it's only pitch and putt these days because I don't have many friends in Sligo, unfortunately. But yeah, we're coming up on 40 minutes now. Thanks for the chat, you guys. It's great to have you on. Are you doing another chat yourselves tomorrow night? I'll probably jump on as well if you're doing one. I'm not sure if I'll stay on as long this time. I have a couple of things planned tomorrow evening, but yeah, I will jump on if you're on around 7 o'clock or so. I'll be going out around maybe 7:30 or so. But yeah, let me know if you're on a live stream tomorrow evening. If you're looking at this in the future as well, anybody that's looking at this in the future, 1, hit the like button, and 2, go and follow Something to Remember. I think I've sent a few people over to their channel already, and they've commented under their videos. So yeah, go and follow them as well. They do a lot of foreign videos and a lot of their travels around the world. So they have really good videos. They're one of my favorite channels on YouTube. Not tomorrow, I might do them once a month or something like that. Understandable. Yeah, I was thinking of doing them maybe once every 2 weeks now. I used to do them every week, but I used to be getting a lot of people onto the chats, but not as many now, unfortunately. But yeah, I'll probably do one every couple of weeks, or maybe even leave it to a month as well, because yeah, I don't get many anymore. Cheers, David. That's no problem. You gave me a shout out last week, and I'd like to give you a shout out. I do like to give other YouTube channels a shout out too, especially the smaller ones, because they need it. The likes of Old Hiking Geezer, get over to his channel as well. He is only, I'm not sure, he's a very small follower account, but he likes to get out into the outdoors, and he's been hiking since 1970. He's only recently started making videos. So yeah, he's a good YouTuber, and he's a good storyteller as well. He always has a bit of a joke during the videos, so I always enjoy them. And what's the other guy? Life's a Hobby as well. He's a bit more serious. He likes to put a bit of art into his videos. Everything is, I think there's a filter and everything, and his videos are a lot more serious, but he gets up to some serious stuff though. He was up climbing a mountain there on the side of Loch Dan recently, and it looked very treacherous. Wouldn't be something I would be doing, but a lovely part of the country in County Wicklow. I think that's where he lives, and yeah, actually County Wicklow, now that I mention it, is it's another part of the country that I want to get back to, because there is some beautiful spots in County Wicklow, really gorgeous spots. And if you guys are doing a few Dublin videos as well, County Wicklow is one to get to. There's so much forest, there's so much to see there. It's just absolutely beautiful, and I think you'd really enjoy it. So yeah, there's a little suggestion for you guys. Okay, I'm going to shut this down soon because Davey got a pee-pee. Yeah, that beer is making me want to go to the toilet. But it was lovely to chat to you guys. I have 2 people in the chat. Nobody else said hello. But lovely talking to you, Mark and Asia. You guys are absolute gems. I will continue to watch your videos because I always enjoy them. It's very entertaining watching your channel. To the other person who's on the stream there, do you want to say hello? Please do like as well. But if you don't say hello, I'll shut it down the next minute or so. We're on nearly 45 minutes anyway. Hey up lad, Barnsley! This guy jumps on every time I have a live feed. How are you doing, my friends? Good to see you on the live feed. Yeah, I'm just going to shut it down now, Barnsley. Just let me know before I do shut it down. How are Barnsley doing the league? Not bad, mate. I love this guy. How are Barnsley doing the league, my man? If you're wondering where the cap is from, it's a tweed cap from Donegal. That is pure Donegal tweed, and it's authentic as well. Still in 5th place. It was 6th last time I spoke to you, so doing better. Good stuff out of you guys. Yeah, I'll have to start watching Barnsley games now. Yeah, I'm going to jump off because Spurs are playing Man City now at 8 o'clock. And I might get the first half in. I'm not a big football fan anymore, but I might watch the first half and see how it goes. Spurs are my team, and we're playing at home, and it's in the FA Cup, and it's against Man City. So it might be worth watching. Okay, guys, I'll leave it there. Thanks, everyone. you know, even in the future for watching. Thanks to Something to Remember and Barnsley for 6 points. We'll be top of the league this weekend. Good stuff out of you. Good chatting to you too. Something to remember. Good talking to you, Mark, and Asya as well. Thanks so much for jumping on as well. And to anybody in the future, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. And I will talk to you all in the near future. Take care, everyone. Take care. Good luck. Bye-bye.